Hello everybody, Fiasco here today from Disney's Animal Kingdom. Last week we went to Epcot to see what the crowds were like about 2 weeks before Christmas, and now it is just 1 week before Christmas, so we're going to check the same thing here at Animal Kingdom today. Before we do, let me let you know, all these videos are brought to you by DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com. Our travel experts are standing by right now to help you plan that next vacation. All that information and more in the description below. But let's go check out how the crowds feel at Animal Kingdom 1 week before Christmas. Hello.
Welcome to Animal Kingdom.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Thanks. Just walked into Animal Kingdom. The back entrance to Rainforest Cafe is still closed. Please enter through the main entrance. And just walking through the first area of the park here, towards the bridge. So far completely unobstructed. For reference, Animal Kingdom opened this morning at 8 a.m. And right now it is just after 12. So plenty of time, midday in the park, to see how the crowds have settled. Just crossed the bridge now, walking towards the Tree of Life. Still, wide open spaces. I think the real test, though, is let's go straight to Pandora first and see what Pandora's looking like midday. So as soon as you turn that corner and head towards Pandora, you can kind of already make out ahead a much larger concentration of people. Let's get a little closer though and see if there's maybe a reason why there's so many people up there. Huh. I don't see any reason. A line? Oh my goodness. I see a reason now. Oh my goodness. That is unreal. Look at that. No way. What is this for? Navi River Journey?
Yeah, Navi.
What? No. No. That is not the line for Navi River Journey. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. That's too much. That is way too much. Okay. Let's go check out inside the land too, though. Okay, walking in more to the land. The line from Navi River is still going strong, obviously. I just don't believe that. That is just wow. So far so good as far as the land itself. Very open. A little bit more people on the in the land itself than Discovery Island, obviously. Okay, but here the standby entrance says it's only 60-minute wait, which is kind of long. It is, but the line just makes it look so much worse. That line would make me think like, oh, it's like 3 hours. But no. Walking through here, gonna check out the time for a flight of passage as well. Flight of passage stand by 55 minutes. Okay, there's kind of a large, very large concentration of people over by Satuli here. Yeah, pretty busy here. This is an area I would want to get away from. So that was all of Pandora pretty much, except the gift shop, but the gift shop is included in the area with a big concentration of people. So we're not going to go in there. We are going to check out our next land. So on the way to Africa now, there is the end of the line of Flight of Passage, which honestly does not surprise me as much as the Navi River Journey one did. Because I expect Flight of Passage to be a long wait and to generate a long line, especially with the 6 feet socially distanced markers. Navi River Journey, that one really surprised me. All right, coming through the back way here in Africa, I can kind of expect there to be not a lot of people in this section because there's really no reason to be in this section of the park right now. Besides, you know, Festival of Lion King is closed, so besides passing through Pandora to Africa, there's really no reason to be on this walking path, and you can see that, yeah, there's really nobody here. So it is worth mentioning that Animal Kingdom's park passes were relatively available for the entire week, whereas Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios were both pretty eaten up all week. Couldn't really get any of those, but this was clear availability, so take that for what it is. But I'm curious to see how Magic Kingdom looks today. Now that is a really long line for Kilimanjaro safaris, being right back here all the way to the start of Africa. But with that, I'm curious to see what their actual posted wait time is. So we're gonna go check that out. But I'll leave the camera rolling so we can kind of see how easy it is for me to get from here to there. So far, so good. More people than that were on Discovery Island for sure, but I'm still very unobstructed. Oh. Okay. A little bit more obstructions happening, but nothing too crazy. It was just because that family decided to stand up at that moment, or else it would have been smooth sailing. No shade, but that is why everybody had to kind of pivot. And Kilimanjaro is reading 45 minutes. So not a crazy wait time for Kilimanjaro Safari. It's just those 6 feet distancing markers making those lines look crazy. Also haven't seen this cool like junkyard Christmas tree yet. That's really cool. I love that. On our way out of Africa, there's actually a queue for Rafiki's Planet Watch that extends all the way towards Harambe Market, which again, these lines are just like baffling to me. I'm sorry, but I'm not waiting in any of them. I'm just really not going to. I don't like standing still like that for that long. That's why I understand it's a heated debate, but I do miss FastPass because that's
For the
kind
health
of
and
like.
safety of everyone, face coverings must fully cover your nose and mouth.
But yeah, like I was saying, or maybe I cut that part out of the video yet. I need to go look back and look at it because as I was saying it, the message started going and it was really loud, so I might actually cut that part out. By the way, normally I'd go up there. There's going to be nobody walking through there, but for the sake of this video, I will go the regular way so you can see what the regular way looks like. But yeah, there's that secret path up there that used to be a smoke pit and is now just a nice little secret path. But I know it's a heated debate about whether or not Walt Disney World should have fast passes. I miss them. That's how I did my rides. I made my 3 fast passes whenever I made them in advance or the night before or whatever. And then those are the rides I did that day as a local. And then even on vacation, like I really, really, really pushed the fast passes as much as I could to ride all my rides because I've never, even like pre everything going on with COVID and stuff, I never really liked waiting in long lines, standing still for long periods of time. Never was my thing. So I hope that we do see a return to Fast Pass sooner rather than later. But we are now entering Asia. And just kind of a pretty steady flow of foot traffic here. Nothing crazy, nothing blowing my mind about how open it is, just steady. All right, for our last stop in Asia, we are going to find out what the line for Expedition Everest is looking like. Is it crazy? Like all the other lines? Like extending all the way out to some ridiculous point in the park? Or is it modest? We'll see. We'll see right now. All right, doing a walk by real quick. 20-minute wait for Expedition Everest, which is not bad at all. I mean, probably shouldn't be maskless drinking beer in the queue, but 20 minutes isn't bad. Just got that obstruction there, I guess. And as I leave Asia, I think it's worth saying that, I mean, what I just pointed out there is an oddity. Usually everybody I see is just following the rules and doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I rarely see things like that where people are, I mean, I guess if you just listen to this announcement going on right now, he's doing what it's telling him to do. You know, be stationary while eating or drinking, but being stationary, eating or drinking while standing in the middle of a queue into an attraction is obviously not what they meant. And when you hear something along the lines of like, you must stand still with your mask off while eating or drinking in a designated location or a location that isn't a line for an attraction, you always know it's because they have to say that because somebody did it. Like what I just witnessed, somebody doing that. And now we're gonna move on to Dinoland. And I know it probably seems like I was just throwing shade at that act, but it's because I was. Everybody that walks through that queue has to pass that guy. So I was throwing shade. All right, and our last crowd check for the video is at Dinoland USA. And we are primarily we're gonna check out the gift store. And then we're also going to see what the line for dinosaur is like. Is it crazy? So Expedition Everest was not 20 minutes and not extending far at all. Just one little roped off area outside the regular queue. Oh, Santa's here. Let's see if we can catch him. He's going to be on this side.
Well, hello! That tastes good? Hey! A little baby Yoda.
Huh? Santa knows who Baby Yoda is. But does he know his real name? Has he watched that episode yet of The Mandalorian? By the way, I'm loving The Mandalorian right now. I can't wait for the new episode. Comment down below if you've been watching it. No spoilers. Don't spoil it for anybody who hasn't caught up yet. But I am loving it. Just cruising through Dinoland right now. This is a really nice, pleasant walk. Really like so easy to move around. Obviously there's people, not a lot. I would put this as, you know, like when they have the advertisements for Disney and like what to expect. Like when you look at the Galaxy's Edge advertisement of like that one boy and his father walking in and pointing at the Millennium Falcon and then like one couple over to the right. This is like an actual advertisement picture. Obviously there's more people than that, but I mean, not really. Not in my immediate vicinity, there's not. So this is so far so really good for Dinoland. I think also something that I notice and to consider is with the reduced capacity, whatever number it is right now, I believe in my last video I said it was 35%. I was corrected. And that is correct that we don't actually know the exact percentage it's at. It's just that 35% was the last thing Disney told us it was. And they could have very well raised it and not told us. So that's a possibility. But what I've noticed in these recent weeks and months is that with the reduced capacity, okay, now there's a little bit of a obstruction here. That's okay though. But with the, with the reduced capacity, the most popular areas of each park, like Galaxy's Edge and Pandora, they still warrant large concentrations of people because that's like where everybody wants to go, right? By the way, Dinosaur's a 45-minute wait, and the line is just stretching right outside the attraction itself, so not bad. But then the areas of the park that are less in demand are just super dead, like ghost towns. Which I mean makes a whole lot of sense, really. All right, checking out the gift shop now. Kind of the same deal as I said in Asia, just very moderate, average amount of people in here. And a disclaimer. Oh, look. 2021 pins. Awesome. Haven't seen those yet. Disclaimer, of course. This is just my experience on, Thursday, December 17th, 1 week before Christmas. Your experience may very well fluctuate depending on the day and the park. I'm assuming Magic Kingdom is different than this right now. And yeah, this is just what it's like right now at this time at this park. But I think gives a good idea of how you can kind of expect it to be tomorrow or the next day even. And also it's nice to have this and kind of reference it in the future and just to look back and say, what did crowds during 2020 Christmas look like? What did crowds during the other Christmases look like? So yeah. All right, everyone, so that's going to do it at our look at these Animal Kingdom crowds today, 1 week before Christmas. And the consensus for me, does it feel like it got busier between last week and now? It feels like it could have possibly, but it's not noticeable enough to say for sure. You know, pretty much this whole time, the lines have maintained the same kind of deal. The posted wait times don't seem too ridiculous, but the lines themselves look ridiculous. Now, I will say I've never seen, in this time period, Navi River Journey look the way it looked today. But again, the posted wait time was still an hour, so it's just those distancing markers, really. Although I've waited in line for Navi River Journey during this this period of time with a posted wait time of 45 minutes, 50 minutes, so just 10 minutes less than it said today. And the line was not like that. So, I don't know. I would still definitely say that it's way less crowds than a normal occasion. Rightfully so. And like I mentioned before, the really popular areas of the parks like Pandora, Frozen, Galaxy's Edge, those areas demand the crowds much more than the other areas of the parks. So while certain areas might just feel like, oh wow, this is crowded, other areas don't feel that as much. Now, obviously I'm at Animal Kingdom today, I'm not at Magic Kingdom today, so different story for a different land. But that's it for Animal Kingdom today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday week, and I will see you in the next one.